Halloween was always about pretending. You know, for one night a year, you get to go out there and be your favorite superhero or character, whatever. Spider-Man for one night, Batman for one night, even a werewolf. One year, I went as a werewolf. I loved that one. But as I got older, this time of year, it kind of got a little bit more dark. You know, and I don't mean that in like a depressing way, but I don't know, you get a little bit more conscious. And for me, autumn and Halloween, it was kind of like, well, yeah, the summer's over, you know? The weather gets a bit more depressing and school starts up again, or work gets a bit more intense. I don't know, man. I think in these last few years, I've really tried to remember what that joy was like. Getting excited over sweets or putting effort into my costume, something I haven't done for so long. I just stopped dressing up. I didn't really go to Halloween parties in like anything good. And I'm such a huge nerd. I love superheroes. And this year, I've actually put so much effort into my costume. It's made me think, why have I not been doing this every year? I think this year, it really hit me that I'm making an active, conscious effort to remember what it was like to pretend to be a superhero, to remember what it was like to fill up a bucket full of sweets, and remember what it was like to not really have any anxiety about the seasons changing, about the fact that it is getting colder and maybe the weather gets a bit more miserable. I'm trying to find the beauty in every season, and I mean, autumn is beautiful. I never used to understand when adults would say to me, oh yeah, autumn's my favorite time of year, or I love the fall. You know, it never used to make any sense to me, because I used to think, what are you on about? The summer's over, it's a rough time of year, it's cold, whatever, man. But now I see what they mean. Autumn is a beautiful time of year. The colors of the leaves and that little crispy nip in the air. And autumn is home to my favorite days of the year, days that I like to call Skyrim days, where it's a beautiful blue sky outside, but there's just the tiniest little nip in the air. You gotta wrap up a little bit. It's a bit frosty, a bit chilly, and I love that. They're gorgeous. And those days hit the colors of the leaves so nicely. And yeah, as I said, I've been trying to remember the joy in this time of year, and it has worked over these last few years. I have loved going out on autumn walks or runs, or, you know. But this is the first year I took it a step further, and I was like, right, okay, I'm actually going to decorate my flat with autumnal decorations, Halloween decor, put effort into my costume, and fill up a bucket full of sweets for the trick-or-treaters. And it's been nice, man. It's been nice to lean into the festivities. You realize why humans have done this kind of stuff since the beginning of civilization. It's because it's a way to avoid getting so miserable over the sun going in and everything dying around you, you know? And I guess all of this has made me come to enjoy a time of year that I really used to not like. I used to get quite low during. And it's been really, really nice. So I encourage anyone who maybe doesn't quite like October, November, the end of summer, Halloween, this time of year in general, I encourage you to just try and remember what it was like as a kid to be excited over sweets and scary movies and dressing up and those colors, those smells. I think there's a lot of good in there. And this game that you've been watching me play throughout my autumnal ramblings has been Costume Quest, part of my efforts to really immerse myself in the festivities. It's a really cozy, easy, simple game that makes me feel Halloweeny. And that's it, really, isn't it, guys? Feeling Halloweeny, is a nice feeling. So anyway, go out there and get yourself a pumpkin spice latte. Fill your flat or apartment or house, whatever it is you live in, room, cupboard under the stairs. Fill it with some autumnal decorations, a few leaves, a pumpkin. Lean into it a bit, guys. Life gets a little bit easier when you just lean into stuff. This has been Hardy Trash, and I'll see you in the next one.